What's going on, Nintendo lovers, gamer lovers, those that are, getting ready to join the Switch world that didn't join Switch One, and people that just love seeing gaming tech and gaming unveils in general. So we know there's been a lot of Nintendo Switch rumors. It gets ridiculous, Nintendo Switch rumors. And then supposedly leaks. We'll see about that. But one thing I do know for sure is that what we're going to find out this week is everything about Nate the Hate. So he's back at it again. Remember what he said recently about Xbox, Halo, Gears, and all of that. We're gonna have to find that out. But what's interesting is that he said in this video, we're gonna get right to the audio and tell you exactly what he said. That Nintendo will reportedly reveal the Switch 2 this week on January 16th. That's 3 days. That's Thursday. According to NateTheHate, the reveal will focus exclusively on the console with no games presence focus. I mean, they always do like reveal the Nintendo Switch, and they may show off one game, but who knows? Software showcase in late February or early March, we'll see. Video Game Chronicle says that the two-part reveal plan aligns with what they've been told about the Switch 2 reveal, right? So going over the Video Game Chronicles, we see that's right there. It's also here on Recetera, and this is where we have the audio here. So looking at Video Game Chronicles, it says that's according to the previous reliable podcast, NateTheHate, which claims that a reveal trailer planned by Nintendo will focus on the Switch 2 hardware with the software showcase coming later in February or early in March. So that means that they don't know that, because if you really had the intel, you would say that. But now, saying that it's coming this week on the 16th, that's like saying you know that. If it does not happen, then we got our answers about this guy, don't we? Because he's saying a lot of things here. So let's hold him accountable to that, right? Nintendo World, everybody else is watching this too, because it's going to be interesting. Now, we're going to go to the audio, honestly. Let's go ahead and get to that. 'Cause like I said, I'm very excited about the Nintendo Switch 2, big time. I think we all are, knowing that this is going to be the first time in console history where Nintendo carries over the whole entire generation and you can get backwards compatibility support. Definitely now we're going to be jumping to 4K. But AI upscaling and all of that. Try to know that DLSS patent got filed, so did machine learning and cloud DLSS machine learning. Also storage decompression, where you could like get a 100 gigabyte game and it's 70 gigabytes. And we'll talk about that eventually, but let's get into this. Are we ready? Let's see what he has to say, and then we're going to comment on it. Like, comment, and subscribe.
We need so much speculation, Nate, out there. Rumors, speculation, all sorts of things.
Yeah, it's like
a lot of rumors and speculation. A lot of it was fueled by CES, also by non-licensed accessory makers just putting up page listings or even going to CES and say, hey, come get a look at our 3D model and hold it and look at some of our Switch 2 accessories, which they then claimed they had a real unit, then they backtracked. So that kind of became a jumbled mess.
Mm-hmm.
But I can share with you right now that the Nintendo Switch 2 will be revealed in the coming week. Do you want to know when?
I think everyone out there wants to know when, Nate. So,
yeah.
I mean, if you know, you know. So let's hear what you got.
I have been told the Switch 2 will be revealed on Thursday, January 16th.
Okay, remember, he said, I have been told, right? See, that's a clever tactic, because you're not saying you know for sure, but you're saying, I have been told. Just in case if he needs to fall back on something. But still, he said that. He says, if you want to know when it's going to be revealed. That's very interesting, right? Because it's very close. So he's putting himself on the line with that statement, and we're going to be finding out, y'all. I'm telling you right now. And what's more interesting is what he says after this. Let's keep going.
Thursday, January the 16th.
Correct.
Wow. That's that's not far away.
No.
We're talking just a few days. So
yeah, it's just a few days from now, from when this episode will go live. And I have heard some details about what will be in the reveal. I consider these details incomplete because it just doesn't make sense to me, but maybe it will make more sense after the reveal. So what I've heard is that the reveal itself is going to focus almost exclusively on the console itself.
That's okay.
There is not going to be any presence of games. there could be a game shown running on the screen, or maybe even the TV screen, depending on how this trailer is put together. But software is not going to be a focus.
Okay, so one, I don't have a problem with that. One, I want to know what the specs are in the Switch, what it's capable of doing, and showing some games, which we know they're going to show games. He's probably meaning like what's being released, but they're probably going to give demos like 4K Breath of the Wild or Tears of the Kingdom and, some other backwards compatibility showing how that works. We want that because everything else we know games are coming. Nintendo, you never have to worry about games. They're the masters of that. They've been in-house since the beginning. What we want is this damn thing out the way so we can stop hearing all these freaking rumors and just people just talking about they got leaks and all this and that, and it never happens, and they just want a bunch of attention, and just like, it gets really annoying. And I swear, this is the most ridiculous console when it comes to that. Like, it's been going on for a very long time, just even all the way back to like mid-gen Switch upgrades, right? And none of that stuff just never happened. I'm just tired of hearing about it, and I'm sure everybody else not tired of hearing if it's true, but just it not happening and it just getting ridiculously out of control. And I'm pretty sure the Nintendo fan base feels the exact same way, and people who want to see what's going on with the Switch too. And what's going to be the jump from the base Nintendo to the Nintendo Switch 2? I don't care about comparing it to PC or Xbox or PlayStation unless we want to just do like Digital Foundry analysis of seeing how good third-party games can run out of it. Run on it. But I want to see their first party. That's what Nintendo is about. You know what I mean? That's what the whole world wants to see. How are other developers going to get better? Because they're always looking to Nintendo. So we know we haven't seen a mainline Mario game 3D aspect since Mario Odyssey. Guys, it's been almost damn 8 years. That's the longest ever, I swear, since we've seen a Mario game. So we know that's around the corner, and we know Mario Kart 9 is happening. It's out of the question. We know this, right? So we know to expect Mario there, right? We know to expect the Pokemon Legends ZA, or whatever it's called, and we know that's going to get Nintendo Switch 2 aspects. We know to expect Metroid Prime 4. We already know Xenoblade Chronicles. If you haven't played that series and you get it a Switch, I promise you, if you love Final Fantasy, there's no way you would not love this game. Remember Monolith Soft when Square used to be Squaresoft. You like that 90s JRPG golden era magic? Xenoblade Chronicles has all of that for you. Do not miss that series. I promise you, it's so epic. If you guys don't know about some great Nintendo Switch games, I can tell you, I've beaten most of the games on there. But something else, we're going to get back to this, I want to talk about is what he was talking about with CES. So if you guys didn't know, Nintendo denied those CES rumors and said that was not the official Switch. That it was some type of knockoff or something. And then Genki said that there was legal investigation going towards him for Switch 2 mockups. French journalist Julien Talouc, who attended CES, revealed the story in a YouTube short. According to Talouc, or however the hell you say that, a Genki representative claimed that Nintendo had already sent lawyers to their booth. They don't play around. So you don't mess with their stuff. Despite this, Genki reported defending its position, stated that it had no formal relationship with Nintendo. They explained to Talouc that they had never signed any agreements with the company, such as NDAs, and therefore were not bound by confidentiality restrictions. The accessory maker maintained that its products were based on unofficial modes obtained from external sources, not from Nintendo itself. I spoke with the guy from Genki just behind. He told me that Nintendo already sent lawyers their way. They don't play around, but Genki has nothing to worry about because they never signed any papers with Nintendo. And we just basically read that. So the Japanese brand is in the clear, as we see there. It's worth noting that this is not an official statement from either Genki or Nintendo, so we should just take everything with a grain of salt. Nintendo later addressed the situation, issuing a formal statement to CNET Japan. The gaming hardware that Genki claims to be Nintendo hardware at CES is unofficial and not provided to the company by Nintendo. So a lot of people that were thinking those leaks were happening, once again, people like to get attention. Not to say that they don't look fire, they do. They don't look amazing. No, they do. We know it's going to be bigger and better. We know they're going to fix the Joy-Con issue. They're not going to want to deal with those lawsuits. So that's something that we know that can be clarified. Following Nintendo's response, Genki clarified that their mock-ups were not based on a direct knowledge of the Switch 2, but instead relied on circulating leaks and reports. The speculation pointing to a potential reveal this month, fans are eager to see what Nintendo has in store. We all are. And we see right up here, Nintendo's lawyers reportedly confront Genki over Switch 2 mock-up. Now let's get back and see what he has to say. And continue.
So if this trailer, let's say, is absent of any games, maybe don't be too surprised about it.
Yeah, this, I'm just, I'm thinking about, I guess, recent console, reveals. And a lot of the times, Nate, it seems like it's more about the hardware these days than anything else. Like, I think the Sony, like when they announced the PS5, it was just kind of, they were showing all the 3D render of the system and whatever. And then, later on, obviously they showed us more of the system and the games and everything like that. Are we saying it's going to be similar to that? It's, you're saying that they're just going to kind of show off the system and that's really about it. We'll see more later. I mean, I would imagine
that's what we all want.
Something like that. And if we go back and think about the Switch launch and the reveal, it was very similar. We got that initial thing and then they kind of, went a lot deeper when they did their presentation. We're talking about something similar to that, I guess.
I could see it being similar to the October 2016 reveal, but that did have a fairly large focus on the games as well. Like it did show Breath of the Wild, it showed Mario Kart 8 Deluxe, it showed Skyrim, NBA 2K, Splatoon 2. They just didn't name the games.
Right.
Nor did they officially announce some of these games for several more months. So I don't think it's going to be to quite that level. I think it may just be, here's the system. Here's some of the functionality of the system and the Joy-Cons. And we'll see the new logo. Maybe we even see some of the packaging. And then from what I've heard, it should be be in late February. So towards the tail end of February, perhaps early March, depending on how the schedule aligns. These things are fluid. They can adjust.
Right.
Nintendo will have a software showcase for Switch 2 games.
Yeah, and that makes total sense.
Yeah, so that would be the venue and the presentation where we would see third-party games, Nintendo games.
Yeah, it's going to be the biggest third-party support they've ever had, ever. You know what I mean? Since probably Super Nintendo. Maybe even more than that, because they're just going to be able to run everything. Expect PlayStation 4 ports and stuff like that, PS5, possibly 2, Xbox ports, all that. I mean, they're just going to get all that support, because people want to also sell in Japan, too, and Japan buys a lot of Nintendo, which I don't blame them. Nintendo is superior when it comes to development and doing way more with less. They have continuously proved that it's about video games more than anything else. Not that we don't love our specs. Of course we do. Definitely in Western society with hyper detail focus, but first and foremost, we want good video games. There's no point of that if you just have a bunch of specs and unfinished broken games and all this stupid DI bootcamp nonsense. It is just a distraction in gaming. We want to get back to gaming. But I don't know, like, comment, subscribe, let me know what y'all think. So, guys, couple days, we're going to find out a lot about this dude, right? Let's hold him accountable to that. All right, y'all. Looking forward to the Switch. I'll be doing a lot of content on that. So, yeah, help this channel out. Hit that sub button. You're going to be seeing some epicness. I've been here since the regular Nintendo days. 31 years in the making, baby. Let's go. Peace out, y'all. Can't wait for it.